Preparedness is no longer optional, and it's not about fear. It's not about panic. It's about positioning ourselves to weather what's coming without fear. We need to treat food, water, and financial stability as non-negotiables. Hello, everyone, and welcome to SuttonsDaze. If you're new here, my name is Lisa, and we are all about pantry preparedness. And today I just have to say it. I have to get it off my chest. I have spent most of the morning trying to wrap my head around the video that I was supposed to record, and I can't get my head out of the conversations that we had last night. And so I'm bringing it to all of you. Friday nights, we have our membership chat. It's a live chat with our Pantry pals, the membership for SuttonsDaze. And we typically have a pretty good time there. We have a lot of fun. And last night we were discussing how we deal with gaps in our pantries, what gaps we recognize in our pantries, and seasonally, or what we think we would miss the most in 30 days if we had to deal with what we have in our pantries today. There was a lot of Q&A, people just kind of sharing where they're at on the road to preparedness as far as their pantries go, because we're all about pantry preparedness, right? And during that discussion, I was kind of surprised to see there are some people who don't have much more than 2 weeks. And 2 weeks is a great place to start. But most of the people in this chat have been with me for a very long time. And so it kind of took me by surprise. And admittedly, I have been kind of inundated with what's going on in the world today, trying to pay attention to what is going to come through the fan at us, And so I think maybe yesterday it just kind of caught up with me. It was the stress of overscheduling myself, having too much to do, having to be too many places, and, just the news on top of it. The news is never a good thing. Not anymore, anyway. I realized that some of us might be treating pantry preparedness as a nice idea instead of the real life lifeline that it needs to be, especially today. And I'll be honest, I'm concerned. I am really concerned. The news lately is painting a picture that we can't ignore, that we should never ignore. Food prices are climbing faster than we've seen in years. Shipping is being cut off from some countries. A lot of countries, like there's a list, will no longer send post to the United States. Tariffs, or the threat of tariffs, are changing what is coming in or out of the country. And meanwhile, wages aren't keeping up. Wages aren't keeping up. People cannot afford food. They can't afford food and a roof over their head. At the same time, the government is suggesting that homelessness be a crime. Yeah. Honestly, it's terrifying. It's terrifying to sit and watch and to think about the number of people that I know that could be so negatively impacted and are so negatively impacted by the crazy that is going on right now. So tonight, let's get real honest with each other. I think we need to get real honest with each other. There's no judgment. There's no guilt. Just a clear look at where we are and where we need to be. Because there is always a way to make it happen. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why can't I just stay home, turn off the news, turn off the radio, listen to my books, read a book, knit, garden, play with my animals? Why can't I just do that? Okay? Because to me, preparedness is not about fear, with the exception of when you guys make me afraid for you, okay? Preparedness is not about fear. It's about confidence. It's about having confidence. It's about being confident, knowing that you can handle some of what is being thrown at us. Food, water, shelter, financial stability, these aren't luxuries. These are basics. Right now, with global shipping disrupted, imported foods are at risk. So that's a lot, okay? Coffee, spices, canned fish, even cooking oils. Those are all at risk. And I'm just sticking with the pantry as much as I can, okay? And inflation, every dollar you spend today stretches further than it will 6 months from now. That's a given. Because every dollar that you spent in the last 6 months is stretching farther than the dollar we have in our pocket today. That $2 can of tuna might cost $6 before the year is out. Genuinely. Buying ahead is literally saving money. It is a savings account. It is an insurance policy. We need to stock up with intentionality. That's a fun word. Intentionality. Build a 30 to 90 day supply of the foods that you already eat. I'm not saying to stock up on a bunch of stuff that you don't already consume. Layer in long-term shelf-stable staples along with it. If you normally buy fresh, buy some long-term shelf-stable staples to replace it, because that way it's there. And yes, fresh food is great. Fresh vegetables are great. They're not always available. They were never always available. We have to have them shipped in from different countries. And now, if we're going to ship them in from different countries, you're going to pay for it. A lot. Prices are rising quickly. Just insane. Somebody in the chat last night said that they spent $90 at the grocery store and they bought 11 things. 11 items cost them $90. That is today, okay? So prices are rising quickly. Disruptions are multiplying daily. And buying now saves money and guarantees the availability in the future. That's what it does. That is the key to preparedness right there. So instead of waiting for rice to creep up another $5 a bag, right? Get it now. It lasts forever if you store it properly. Airtight, cool, dark, and dry. It lasts forever. 30 years. So why not save the $5 now, know that you have it, not have to worry about it moving forward? You definitely want to focus on those hard to replace imports. And that's coffee. I mean, you know, I joke about coffee all the time, but honestly, it's coffee. Yes, I know. Some coffee is made in a few states, not enough for the total consumption of the entire country. Because otherwise, hello, you know. So we can produce some here. We cannot produce all here. So we just need to back up off that high horse there, okay? Coffee, spices, certain cooking oils, canned fish even, chocolate, teas, etc. I mean, there's a lot that is imported that we just don't do here. Many of these are imported and already seeing tariffs and shipping interruptions, not to mention weather, crop failures, all kinds of fun stuff. Let's walk through 3 questions together that will kind of give you a look at where you're at. If you're not entirely sure, right? Jot them down in the comment section down below. If the stores shut down for 30 days, how would your pantry hold up? I'd be fine. Would you be fine? For 30 days. What are the 3 items that you would run out of first? I would run out of yogurt, milk, and coffee creamer. All of which I can live without. 2 of which I can replace with the powdered milk that I have, and I can make the other one if so inclined. So, you know, I'd run out of them, but I also have the ability to make them. A backup to your backup. The next question is, what one action can you take this week to close that gap on those 3 items? One action that you can take to start closing the gap on those 3 items. Throw your answers in the comment section down below. You're not alone. There is no judgment. There's no guilt, okay? But it's time to take a serious, hard look at exactly where we're at. This isn't about being perfect. It's about making progress. One shelf, one jar, one bag of rice at a time. You also want to consider your financial foundation, which I know is scary for a lot of us, right? Try to set aside a little bit of cash at home. Chip away at high interest debt and lower unnecessary expenses. You can lower them, you can eliminate them. I guess at the end of the day, it is dependent on how much of a priority you put being independent and not having to rely on others. And knowing that you've got what you need to take care of yourself and those in your home. If that is a priority, then there's a lot of things that all of us can shave off the top. But trying to get as debt-free as possible is a big, big part of it. If banks shut down, okay, cards fail, layoffs happen, you'll need a cushion. You're gonna need a cushion. This is already going on, okay? Today, in a report that came out this week, they said that there are more unemployed people than there are available jobs. And a dime to a dollar says that none of those statistics include people that work for themselves, okay? None of those numbers include people that have fallen off of their list because they don't get unemployment, because they don't get any kind of assistance. They're just out there trying to do it, okay? And none of those statistics include being overqualified for jobs. So nobody in the unemployment line cares if you have a master's degree. But you probably will not get hired to flip a pizza because you have a master's degree. Those are the kind of jobs that are available in droves. So you need to make sure that you can develop some kind of cushion. The only way that you can develop a cushion is by cutting back on your expenditures. You need to figure out where the extra money is going. There is no extra money. There's extra money. Or there's a way to make some extra money. There's always a way to make some kind of money. You can sell some stuff. But that was my mother's, okay? You can sell some stuff. You can actually flip stuff that you find on the side of the road. There are ways to make money. You need to build that cushion. It's really important. Even $100 in small bills tucked away safely can bridge an ATM outage. Having that little bit of cash tucked away can be the difference between disaster and I've got this. Don't forget to prioritize some non-food essentials also, because some of those are important. Are paper towels important? Never, okay? But medications, prescriptions, over-the-counter meds, that kind of thing. Water, storage, and purification, water's important. Heat and light sources for outages. Hygiene and sanitation supplies, pick which ones apply to you, and self-defense and security basics. Those are the non-food essentials that you need to prioritize. Start building some kind of local resilience. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. Swap skills and goods with neighbors and friends, right? Build micro networks. You can do it. It's not having 20 of the same people that, oh my gosh, you feel like you're joined at the hip and you all agree on everything. No, that's never it, okay? You have micro networks. You know that this person is interested in this the same way that you are, and that person is interested in that the same way that you are. And you can swap eggs with that person because they're going to give you something from their garden. Or that person, they're going to trade you for some milk from their cow, or whatever the case may be. There are ways to do it. It's individual little micro networks. That's the important part right there. You have to remember that nobody preps perfectly. I don't. I'm not saying I do by any stretch of the imagination. Nobody does. So a resilient circle of micro networks covers the gaps a lot. It really does. You may have the rice, but your neighbor has the propane to heat it. With local resilience, okay, you can swap, you can trade, you can lean on community. Sometimes you just need to lean because no one preps perfectly. Absolutely nobody. Let's make this practical. What is one thing, just one, that you'll add this week? A bag of flour, a case of canned chicken, okay? Extra box of medications, over-the-counter medications, because, fall is here, basically. Drop it in the comment section down below, and let's encourage each other and share ideas, because we do this as a community to support each other. So we are one micro part of your micro network, because here you can get a whole bunch of ideas just by reading the comment section. I have, I think, some of the most brilliant comment sections, with the exception of people who comment on my hair. But remember, this is not about panic. It's about preparedness. It's about prepping. This is peace of mind prepping. Every jar, every can, every bag, every dollar saved is one less worry when things get tough. That's what I want for everyone. One less worry when things get tough, because things are going to get tough. All you have to do is turn on the radio or turn on the TV to hear it. I don't care what you're listening to. I don't care who you're listening to. I don't care what side you're listening to. Things are going to get tough. And if you don't see that, you're not paying attention. Friends, preparedness is no longer optional. It's just not. But we're not alone in this. And I think that's something that we always need to remember, okay? Each week, we're building strength, not fear. Each week. Sometimes multiple times a week. I'm bringing videos where I'm hoping that it's bringing you strength and not fear. Nobody needs more fear. We really don't. So between now and say next week, okay, commit to filling just one thing, one gap in your pantry, and then come back and let us know how you did. Because you can do it. I know you can do it. Together, we're not just getting through this, we're getting stronger, one step at a time. You and me. Preparedness is no longer optional. We need to treat food and water and finances as non-negotiable, because they are non-negotiable. We need food. We need water. And we need a roof over our head, and for that we need finances. We need to have that cushion built up just in case. I know it's hard. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's not fun. It's never fun. I'd rather be out there spending money willy-nilly all over the place, right? You can't risk it now. You cannot risk it now. Be sure to let me know that one thing. Come back and share it with the chat. Come back in a week and check out the chat. Check back throughout the week, okay? But there's going to be a lot of great information in the comment section. And I know you can do it. So definitely, if you have questions, if you have concerns, if I have not already created something that I can link you to for it, then I will do everything I can to answer it to the best of my ability. You've got this, my friends. Together, we're stronger. Until next time, be safe. Keep stacking it to the rafters.